If you're a gentleman past the age of 60 and you've noticed some changes in how things are working, how sensitive you feel, or just your overall confidence, especially down below, please know that you're certainly not the only one. In my practice, I see men every single day who are concerned about a loss of firmness, a feeling of shrinkage, or even just a little bit of discomfort that gradually chips away at how they see themselves as men. But what if I told you there's a natural oil, maybe even something you already have at home, that could help get the blood flowing again, break down any hidden scar tissue, and maybe even bring back some of that sensitivity you thought was gone for good? I'm Dr. Anya Sharma, and I've spent my career helping men rediscover their youthful vitality using the best approaches from both modern science and natural remedies. And today, I want to share a powerful, often overlooked, solution that's been quietly helping men regain their confidence and feel more comfortable, all without needing pills, injections, or any embarrassing procedures. You might not have heard about using castor oil to help rejuvenate things down there, but the science is sound, and the results I've seen are truly remarkable. When used properly, this natural oil has the potential to improve blood flow, dissolve scar tissue, ease inflammation, bring back nerve sensation, and protect the skin as it ages, all at the same time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most significant benefits of castor oil for men over 60, and then I'll explain exactly how to use it safely and effectively. Most doctors don't talk about this, and at the end, I'm going to reveal the one crucial step you absolutely must include, or you won't experience the full healing potential. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, I encourage you to click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of my natural health tips designed specifically for men over 60. And if this topic really resonates with you, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create content that truly makes a difference in your journey toward better health. Okay, let's begin with the first and perhaps most noticeable benefit you'll experience: castor oil's ability to naturally improve blood flow to the penis. Because without good, healthy circulation, everything else, from firmness to sensitivity, can start to diminish. So, let's take a closer look at how this simple oil can help restore what time has gradually taken away. First, it naturally helps get the blood flowing. I'll always remember a patient of mine, Robert, who was 67 years old. He sat in my office, looked down at the floor, and quietly said, "Doc, it just doesn't work like it used to." He wasn't talking about his desire. He was talking about function, blood flow, firmness, that essential feeling of being alive that every man feels when everything is working as it should. And for Robert, just like for so many other men I see, this loss didn't happen overnight. It crept in little by little. So gradually, in fact, that he didn't even realize how much he had lost until it started to affect his confidence, both in the bedroom and in other areas of his life. The reality is, after the age of 60, our arteries tend to become less flexible, blood vessels can narrow, and our bodies produce less nitric oxide. These changes quietly reduce circulation to the penis, which can lead to weaker erections, a slower response time, or sometimes no response at all. Now, this is where castor oil can be so helpful. This rich, golden oil contains a compound called ricinoleic acid, which has been shown to stimulate blood flow locally by widening the capillaries and encouraging oxygen-rich circulation to the areas that need it most. When you gently massage it into the skin, especially when you combine it with a little bit of warmth, castor oil can penetrate deeply into the tissue layers, helping to awaken blood vessels that may have become sluggish or constricted. Many of my patients report feeling a warm sensation within just a few minutes, which is a sign that the microcirculation is starting to return. Over time, this improved blood flow can help restore nighttime and spontaneous erections, increase sensitivity, and simply bring back that quiet sense of confidence that every man deserves to feel. Robert started using castor oil 3 times a week before bed. After a month, he came back to see me with a little smile and said, "Something's changing. It feels like my body is remembering what it's supposed to do." That's not magic. That's just biology responding to the right kind of care. And now that we've seen how circulation can improve, let's dig a little deeper. Because many men over 60 are walking around with something they don't even know they have. Something that can silently block blood flow, cause discomfort, and even change the shape of things down there. Let's talk about that next. Second, it can help break down internal scar tissue and plaque. I recently had a patient named Daniel, who was 71 years old and a retired military man. He came to my office feeling frustrated, confused, and, to be honest, a little embarrassed. He said, "Dr. Sharma, something just feels off. It's curving now. It feels tight. I don't know what's going on." Like many men his age, Daniel had unknowingly developed internal scar tissue in the shaft of his penis, a condition that often goes undiagnosed and untreated because men just don't talk about it. But it's actually much more common than people realize, especially in men over 60. Years of minor trauma, repetitive friction, old injuries, or even mild inflammation from infections that weren't properly treated can lead to a buildup of collagen, which is a type of internal scarring known as plaque. This scar tissue isn't always visible, but it can create a pulling sensation, bending, or even a feeling that the penis has shortened or lost some of its volume. What Daniel was experiencing is something I've seen countless times. Symptoms similar to Peyronie's disease that make intimacy uncomfortable and gradually erode a man's confidence over time. This is where castor oil can really make a difference. It has a long history in natural medicine for breaking down fibrous tissue, and its active compound, ricinoleic acid, can penetrate deeply into the skin and the tissue underneath. When massaged regularly over the affected area, castor oil helps to soften hardened collagen and supports the body's natural ability to gently dissolve scar tissue over time. In Daniel's case, I recommended that he apply the oil 3 to 4 times a week, combined with gentle warmth. After 6 weeks, he told me, "Doc, it's straighter. It's more comfortable. I feel like I'm getting some control back." That feeling of regaining something you thought was permanently lost can be incredibly empowering. And it's possible. But we're not finished yet. Because while breaking down scar tissue is essential, there's another silent culprit that can steal performance, sensitivity, and comfort from older men. Something that starts small but can spread throughout the entire pelvic region if it's not addressed. And the surprising thing is that castor oil can help fight this one, too. Third, it soothes inflammation and helps the tissues repair themselves. One of the most overlooked issues I see in men over 60 is low-grade, chronic inflammation in the genital and pelvic area. It doesn't always show up as obvious pain. Sometimes it's just a subtle burning sensation. Other times, it's a feeling of tightness that you can't quite explain, or just a sinking feeling that things are shrinking or becoming less responsive. I had a patient, Michael, who was 66, who described it this way. "It just feels like my body is pulling back, like everything's getting smaller, stiffer, and more uncomfortable." Inflammation is the body's natural way of responding to stress, injury, or aging tissues. But when it becomes chronic, especially in the sensitive structures of the penis, it can do more harm than good. It can interfere with blood flow, limit elasticity, accelerate tissue breakdown, and block proper healing. And unfortunately, many men live with this silent inflammation for years, never knowing what's really causing the discomfort or that there's a simple, natural way to address it. Castor oil is a remarkable anti-inflammatory. The ricinoleic acid it contains has been studied for its ability to reduce pain, swelling, and oxidative stress in the deeper tissues. When applied externally and absorbed into the skin, it doesn't just sit on the surface. It goes deep, calming inflamed tissue and supporting your body's ability to repair itself. Over time, this can restore comfort, flexibility, and even help reverse some of the tissue stiffening that comes with age. Michael started applying castor oil regularly, along with gentle warmth, right before bed. After 3 weeks, he said, "I'm not just more comfortable. I feel like my body is opening up again." And that's exactly what should happen. When inflammation goes down, healing can finally begin. And when healing begins, your body starts moving toward its natural, healthy state. But there's more to it than that. Because healing isn't just about the tissues. It's also about sensation. And for many older men, the one thing they miss the most isn't firmness or shape. It's that deep, electric connection, the pleasure, the sensitivity, the intimacy. So, how do we bring that back? Let me show you. Fourth, it can help restore sensitivity and nerve function. There's something that many men won't say out loud, even to their doctors. It's not just about struggling to get or keep an erection. It's that when things do happen, it just doesn't feel the same. That spark, that sensitivity, that deep sense of connection. They say it's just not there anymore. One of my patients, Larry, who was 70 years old, had tears in his eyes when he told me, "I can still perform, but I don't feel it the way I used to. It's like my body is going through the motions, but my heart's not in it. I miss feeling something." That really hit me hard because I know exactly what he means, and I know that he's not alone. As men age, the tiny nerve endings that are responsible for pleasure, response, and arousal can start to become dull. Reduced circulation, inflammation, hormonal changes, even medications, can all affect the delicate nerve networks around the penis. And when those nerves stop firing the way they used to, men often describe their experience as feeling numb, disconnected, or even emotionally flat. But there is hope. One of the lesser-known benefits of castor oil is its ability to support nerve repair and regeneration. It's been studied for use in conditions involving damaged or irritated nerves, and when applied regularly to the groin area, it may help improve conductivity and restore the sensitivity that fades with time. The warmth, the increased circulation, the reduction in inflammation, all of these things create the perfect environment for the nerves to begin waking up again. Larry followed my recommendation, applying castor oil nightly combined with gentle warmth. After a month, he leaned in and whispered, "I can feel again. It's subtle, but it's coming back, and I feel more like myself." That's a powerful moment when sensation returns. It's not just physical, but emotional, too, because this part of your body is more than just tissue. It's tied to your sense of identity, connection, and joy. Now, while restoring sensitivity is a major breakthrough, there's one more layer we can't ignore. Because even if blood flow improves and the nerves come alive again, none of it really matters if the skin itself is weak, dry, or damaged. Let's talk about that next. Fifth, it moisturizes and protects the aging skin down there. As men get older, we often talk about muscle loss, energy dips, or even a decline in testosterone. But one thing that rarely gets mentioned, yet affects nearly every man over 60, is the skin. Specifically, the skin in the most private, sensitive part of your body. I remember a gentleman named Frank, who was 73 years old, who told me, "The skin down there feels thinner, drier. Sometimes it even cracks if I'm not careful." And he wasn't exaggerating. As testosterone levels drop and as the skin naturally loses collagen and moisture with age, it becomes more fragile, especially in areas that aren't often cared for with intention. Dryness, itching, and flaking are more than just annoyances. They can lead to tiny micro-tears that cause discomfort, make intimacy painful, and expose the underlying tissue to irritation or infection. For many older men, this is the hidden reason why they start to avoid touch or lose confidence during intimate moments. Because when the skin no longer feels strong or responsive, it sends a subtle message to the brain that something is aging faster than it should. This is where castor oil really shines again. It's an incredibly nourishing oil, thick, rich, and deeply hydrating. Unlike lotions that just sit on the surface or dry up in minutes, castor oil penetrates deep into the skin, locking in moisture and protecting the barrier that surrounds your most sensitive nerves and blood vessels. It's like giving your skin armor, but without the weight, just a smooth, natural layer of support. Frank started applying it a few nights a week before bed. No heat, no complicated routine, just a gentle massage and a moment of care. Within a few weeks, he said, it feels stronger, more resilient. I'm not worried about it tearing anymore. And that's the key. When the skin is healthy, the entire system functions better, nerves are better protected, blood vessels stay elastic, and most importantly, confidence returns. But of course, none of these benefits happen by accident. The way you apply castor oil, the when, where, and how, makes all the difference. And if you skip just one key step, you might miss out on everything it has to offer. So, let me show you exactly how to use it the right way. Sixth, how to use castor oil correctly and safely. Now that you understand the powerful benefits that castor oil can offer, things like better blood flow, softer scar tissue, reduced inflammation, restored sensitivity, and healthier skin, let's talk about how to actually use it. Because this is where a lot of men go wrong. They hear about the benefits, get curious, maybe even try it once or twice, but without the right method, they don't see the results they were hoping for, and then they give up. But healing isn't something that happens through guesswork. It happens through care, consistency, and doing things the right way. When I first recommended castor oil to a patient named Gerald, who was 69 years old, he was skeptical. "You want me to put what? Where?" he asked with a raised eyebrow. But once I walked him through the process, he decided to give it a try. A few weeks later, he came back with a little grin and said, "It's not just working. I actually look forward to doing it." Here's how I guide my patients. First, always use 100% pure, cold-pressed castor oil. Nothing refined. No additives, no fragrances. Warm the oil slightly by rubbing it between your palms or by placing the bottle in a cup of warm water. Gently massage it into the shaft, the base, and the surrounding pubic area for about 3 to 5 minutes, ideally before bed. Use slow, circular motions, not with pressure, but with presence. This isn't about fixing something. It's about giving your body what it needs to heal. Then, if possible, apply a warm towel or a low-heat compress for about 15 to 20 minutes. This helps the oil absorb more deeply into the tissues and boosts blood flow. Don't rush it. Give your body time to receive the care. And most importantly, stay consistent. 3 to 4 nights a week is enough to start noticing subtle but real changes within a few weeks. Gerald stayed with it. Over time, he not only saw improvements in firmness and sensitivity, but he told me something else. It's become a ritual. I feel more in tune with myself. That's the real win. Because when healing becomes part of your rhythm, your body responds in powerful ways. And now that you know how to do it the right way, let me leave you with something even more important. The emotional truth behind all of this. Because this isn't just about healing the body. It's about reclaiming something much deeper. Let's talk about that. In conclusion, I've been working with men for over 3 decades. And if there's one truth I've learned, it's this. What most men truly want isn't just performance. It's connection. It's confidence. It's to feel like themselves again. To feel strong, alive, and capable. And when something starts to change in that part of their body, whether it's firmness, sensitivity, comfort, or shape, it can shake their identity in ways they don't even talk about. That's why I believe so strongly in sharing tools like this. Natural, safe, and often overlooked. Because sometimes healing isn't about prescriptions or procedures. Sometimes it's about slowing down, listening to your body, and giving it what it needs to come back to life. So, if you're a man over 60 who's been feeling these changes, whether it's softer erections, loss of sensitivity, curvature, tightness, or even emotional distance from your own body, please know this: you are not broken. You are not alone. And there are things you can do. Castor oil isn't magic, but it is powerful. It can help restore blood flow, dissolve hidden scar tissue, reduce inflammation, revive nerve sensation, and protect aging skin. And when used correctly, with patience and consistency, it becomes more than just a remedy. It becomes a quiet ritual of reclaiming your strength. I've seen it work in real lives. I've seen men walk in feeling discouraged and walk out weeks later with hope in their eyes. And I've seen how something as simple as a few minutes of self-care done regularly can restore not just physical function, but self-respect, dignity, and connection. So, wherever you are in your journey, just know that it's not too late. Your body still listens, your system still responds, and you still deserve to feel good, whole, and fully alive. Thank you for spending this time with me. And if this resonated with you, take the first step tonight, because healing begins with action, and you're ready. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to click the like button. It really helps more men discover natural solutions just like this. Share it with a friend, a brother, or someone you care about who may be quietly struggling but hasn't found the answers yet. And if you have questions, experiences, or results you'd like to share, leave a comment below. I personally read every one, and your story could help another man feel less alone. If you'd like to support the channel and help me continue creating honest, research-backed content for men over 60, please consider making a small donation using the link in the description. Every little bit goes toward making this mission stronger. Your support means more than you know. So, remember to subscribe, turn on the bell, and stay connected. This is about more than just health. It's about reclaiming your strength, and you're a part of that movement. Thank you.